Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Atom RPG with me, Bring It On. The guard at the elevator gives you a friendly nod. Hello again. What brings you here this time? About the bunker. The guard narrows his eyes and smiles cunningly. That again. Why are you so interested? Ivan Ivanovich, my colleague, invited me for a visit. May I pass? The guard scratches his head thinking. This has something to do with the elections at Ultranoye, right? Yeah. I remember him mentioning how he'd found a new pal. Come on in, and give my regards to the old man. Thank you. And never question my authority again. I like I just stand in front of the button. This'll stop him. Hi, welcome to the bunker of bureaucracy. I don't remember it being super big. Oh, excuse me, that was a weird hiccup thing I just did. Alright. Come on, I believe in you. There we go. It's a fire extinguisher, right? Yep, I do not need that. They weigh a lot, and they don't sell for a lot. They're not worth picking up. They're kind of like microchips. There might be a merchant worth that buys microchips at a decent price. I don't know. Never bothered. They weigh too much for me to be invested. Okay, that's a lot of food. I mean, this doesn't weigh a lot. We can sell those. But the food, if we ever need food, we know where to come. This is actually worth a lot of money. I'm going to grab that so we can sell it. Everything else can be stored here until we need it. Now those wires I've been collecting that I think Fidel's carrying? We'll need that soon for a quest. It's actually for a quest that we already have. I just haven't gotten to the point where I need it yet. Along with some scrap metal. That's why I've been recollecting or repossessing some of the scrap metal I got rid of earlier. This is a disappointing haul. Let's get some experience out of it. I guess because this bunker isn't abandoned, there wouldn't be a bunch of useful loot laying around. As disappointing as that may be. Okay, well, that's nothing to shake a stick at. Right, once again, a lot of food in here if we ever need food. Coffee's worth a lot of money. We'll take that. Now we are encumbered. Great. Nope, who's carrying my wires? Is it... Alright, let's talk to this maintenance man. A shabby, unshaved man in a blue overall tinkers with a pipe, tightens it up, and takes a few steps back to contemplate his work, rubbing his chin. As he notices you, he gives you a short nod. What are you doing? The man sighs and crosses his arms on his chest. Fixing the pipes. But these... He makes an imperceptible, threatening gesture in the direction of the doors in front of him. But these... I can't even find a decent word for them. My bosses. These guys do their best to hinder my work. I make too much noise, they say. The noise distracts them from their work. Work my butt. I can ask you a few questions. The man yawns in his fist and nods his agreement. Why not? What do you want to ask? Have you heard what the local government is discussing? Don't tell anyone. I've heard that our leaders are preparing some dirty tricks to play on Paragon. Just to tickle them, they said. How? This much I don't know. Interesting. Can I ask another question? I'm all ears. What is it? How does it feel here in the bunker? Better than on the surface? Heck knows. Cleaner and drier for sure. Grub is good. I have a roof over my head. A great roof. But I feel so much more freedom outside in the wasteland. So I don't know really. I guess people are right when they say, the grass is greener in the neighbor's garden. Tastes differ. Can I ask another question? Have you heard any interesting rumors? I've heard a sea has dried out in the east. The climate has gone mad. What happens to our planet? At this rate, we'll soon be extinct. Like those... what's their name? Dinosaurs. I see. Let me ask another question. Who's the biggest boss in town? Who's behind all this? Our Secretary General, Gennady Nikolaevich. Strictly between us, he's a champion jerk, even though he tries to hide it. He makes an impression of a lively fellow, but deeper inside you'll find his core is eaten through with worms. I might be wrong, mind. After all, we're not close pals, but this is the impression I have. Interesting. Nothing special. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember the rumors about the pig noises in the bunker, but there they are. But there it is. A middle-aged man walks around the room with an annoyed look on his face. From time to time he stumbles upon a pig, who grunts indifferently, and mumbles something under his breath. As he sees you, he snorts. What are you doing here? Answer, and quickly. I'm having a terrible migraine. Oh, what is a pig doing here? I'm sorry. Is this any of your business? If it's here, that's where it should be. Is it clear? Is our conversation over? Then please do me a favor and leave my apartments before I call the guards. Wait, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. No questions. I'm telling you. I'm suffering from a migraine. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. This should be our friend Ivan. No, it's a different guy. Maybe that's Ivan. An aged man in an expensive jacket meets you with a warm, calming smile. He looks you in the eye and states, in a slightly shaky voice, "You're not an average solicitor." How did you notice, if I may ask? Years of practice, my boy. Years of practice. Nothing more. The old man rests his hands upon his knees, and after a gentle cough, asks, "Can I ask why you came to me?" "I'm looking for a job. Can you help me with that?" "Maybe I can help you out, but first I need to understand what each of us is getting from this partnership." "Agreed. And now can I ask you a few questions?" "Fine. Go ahead." Who are you supposed to be?" "Alexander Sablin, head of coal shipments and minor diplomacy." "Comrade Sablin, the head of the coal plant says he's not getting enough fuel." "From Paragon?" "Yes. They rarely send us fuel nowadays. They said it's because of bandit activity on the main roads." So you can't do anything about it. Is that what I should tell the guy back at the plant? No, but what am I supposed to do? I can't just eliminate all crime in the wasteland, you know. But, oh, that gives me an idea. Sablin thinks for a while, then turns to you with a sly expression. Then looks at you. Turns to you. What? Yeah, then looks at you with a sly expression. Maybe you could help everyone in this situation. If they're so afraid of bandits in Paragon, they probably wouldn't scoff at getting help from the friendly city of Krasno, right? You're a capable lad, judging by how you infiltrated our bunker. Thank you for the kind words. What exactly do you want? Go to Paragon and speak with Comrade Mambatov. He oversees coal shipments to our city. He can be found in the hull of a ship they've set up for people to live in. Tell him you're our representative. The old man gives you a friendly smile and straightens the cuffs of his expensive jacket. I'm sure attacks on the shipments will fall off when the bandits learn Krasno has an official interest in protecting them. Okay then, I'll go find this Mambatov fellow. Please do. Believe me, you'll be a great help to this fine city. Okay, sure. I'll even make a note. Need to talk to some Mambatov guy. Alexander Sablin meets you with a friendly smile and offers you a seat. You continue standing. Hello again, young man. Hello. Can I answer some questions? Tell me about this bunker. Ah, our gilded cage, if you'll pardon the metaphor. It's much more comfortable and safe than the outside world, but still, it is our prison, where we hide from the simple folk and our various enemies. Oh. Not the worst prison you got here. Can I ask something else? Sure. What do you know about the city? A nice city to be sure. I visited it from time to time on business trips before the war, and liked it very much. Quaint, simple, calm. Nowadays it's anything but. Oh, how time changes things. That's life for you. Can I ask another question? The man is waiting for you to speak. Have you heard anything interesting? Heard that one of my colleagues has a pet pig. I also heard he enjoys talking to it. Well, as much as one can talk with a pig. Sure. Hey, let me ask you another thing. Alright, we're done with him. I didn't loot his room. Actually, can I fit all that meat in his... Nope, he's a little over encumbered now. That should do it. Does he not care if I take all of his stuff? Okay, then I'll take it. Alright, this is Ivanovich. One experience. Bunch of alcohol and some cologne. And some perfume. Alright, Ivan Ivanovich is leafing through a bunch of undoubtedly important papers. As he notices you, he gives a friendly wave. Look who's here. Well, hello, Father of Democracy. What brings you to our bunker? Didn't you yourself invite me to visit? That's exactly what I'm doing. True that. We're almost colleagues now, after all. So, how are you doing? Not bad. I'm making my way up. Glad to hear it, but if I'm not mistaken, you're doing pretty well already. The elections in Ultranoye wouldn't have happened without your intervention. That's quite an achievement. I guess. Look, I keep wondering what you're doing in Paragon. The official shrugs and waves his hand nonchalantly. Political matters. Nothing interesting. Look, I don't ask you about your business, and you don't ask me about mine. Okay? Okay. By the way, I haven't had any work from Dan recently. Do you think you could give me a job? The man slicks back his receding hair and moves closer to you. Actually, I may have just the right job for you. You've already shown you're no stranger to politics. so this shouldn't surprise you. There's a place called the Mountain Pass of Woes, where Caravanserai is located. It's an important regional hub. Merchants like to stop there on their way through the mountains. I think we would all benefit if they admitted Krasno's superiority. You're saying it's up to me to convince them? Exactly. Of course they won't agree just like that. I'm not that naive. But perhaps you'll be able to convince... perhaps you'll be able to convince them to admit it de jure if not de facto. Once that's done, we'll work from there. Sounds interesting. Who do I have to talk to? Comrade Makhmadov, the warden of Caravanserai. He's a sly one, but it won't be your first time dealing with this sort. I agree. Where do I have to go? For a start, Fokolevka. From there you can hitchhike to the Mountain Pass of Woes. Do you know the way to Fokolevka? Here, I'll mark it for you. Ivan Ivanovich takes your map and puts a neat circle on it. There. Well, Godspeed, as they say. Unless there's anything else I can help you with. How about a chat? Why not? Ask away. Tell me about the local authorities. All power in Krasno and surrounding areas belongs to the Chamber of Commerce. Even Dan admits it. Pity that Paragon pushes back from time to time. Were they more compliant, there'd be far less trouble all around. I don't doubt it. Can you answer another question? The gentleman in the suit is looking at you expectantly. What can you tell me about the city? Well, it's obviously bigger than our dear Olchanoye. The city authorities are strict, attentive to the last detail, and utterly demanding of each and every social unit. The streets are for the most part calm. People sleep at night and work during the day, just like it should be in a civilized society. Happy to hear it. Can you answer another question? Yes? What do you know about the Wasteland? Not any more than you do. Any insignificant details I might know are not worthy of your or anyone else's attention. Well, okay. Can you answer another question? Have you heard any good rumors? There's a secret hidden deep in our bunker. I don't even know where to start. A colleague of mine, a person of keen intelligence, has taken in a pet pig. We're trying our best to keep it a secret. I don't want people to mistake the Chamber of Commerce for a mental asylum. A pet? How charming. Can you answer another question? Okay, is there anything else I can do to help? As for this task of yours... Oh, I'm all ears. Let's change the subject. No way, I'll be off. Alright, cool. We got another quest from Ivan. Which will take us to the Mountain Pass of Woes. I think a main quest takes you to the Mountain Pass of Woes as well. Same with the Dead City. We've read this before. There's an unknown machine standing before you. If you knew something about old tech, you might have even recognized it. I'm still not sure what those things are for, because I've never had the skill to identify them. I want experience for these. That's a little disappointing. Especially since that one had a stimulant in it. So there's a full-blown bathtub in this bathroom. Let's talk to this guard. Okay, well, let's not talk to that guard then. You do have to be careful when talking to this guy. He's easy to... I think we have to do another quest first, but you can make him mad very easy later on, and he'll attack you. A strong, fit-looking man, wearing cologne and dressed in a classic, perfectly fitted, pre-war suit, studies you carefully without saying a word. When he finally speaks, you're amazed by the depth and confidence of his voice. I've been notified of your presence here, comrade. It's high time we met and talked face to face. Let's put the formalities behind us. I'm Secretary General of the Chamber of Commerce, Gennady Nikolaev. You, Donnie, are a man of mystery and uncertain occupation, but in the future, a potentially valuable ally to our city. What do you say? This is obscene. Playing leader to a tiny part of the gone but great Union, and to call yourself by the title of true heroes, the titans of intellect, modern-day Descartes, and Newtons such as Leonid Brezhnev and Nikita Khrushchev, and even, gosh darn it, Stalin himself. The Union had to start somewhere, Writer Trudov. By the way, would you be so kind as to sign this copy of your novel, Comrade Trodel? A truly fascinating book. Oh, what a feeling it brings when you thought you were talking to a narcissistic megalomaniac, the 10-crowned king of the neighboring Kolkhoz, but then realize a true man of the Empire stands before you. Man with a capital M. A man of real sophistication and grace. I'm glad we are friends now. So, Comrade Donnie, how do you like our proposal? I'd like to ask a couple of questions. Well, of course, how else? Once your curiosity is satisfied, let's get straight to business. You look much younger than your subordinates. How come? I got into politics at a young age, and believe you me, I proved myself in many complicated situations. Legends arose regarding my methods, like how during peace talks with Bandit Lord Dmitri the Cosmopolitan, I secretly scattered lumps of cheese all over his encampment, later gluing grenades onto some rats and sending them back come nightfall. What rat would agree to something like this? Still, I always held my ground in negotiations. What really happened was we destroyed that gang with some ancient volley guns we found in the ruins of the Mitrailleuse Museum. But still, my track record proves me deserving of both my high rank and the trust placed in me by the Chamber of Commerce. That sounds really impressive. One more question. Speak. Whoops. I'll read this again. I asked him the same question by accident. I keep pressing the 1 key. As I mentioned earlier, I got into politics early and surpassed my competition by solving a number of serious geopolitical problems. What is Krasno's biggest asset? Location, size, strong economy, trained militia. This is the answer you'll get from any one of our citizens. However, I'd like to point out that in our city, the old USSR culture and ideology are still very much present and alive. People can feel this continuity, which they associate with the carefree life, stability and prosperity of the era long gone. This in turn allows us to grow. Oh, of course, the fact that you call each other General Secretary and Comrade signifies real continuity. A very superficial judgment, Comrade. However, the ability to see deeper into the true nature of things is not necessary for soldiers. It disrupts discipline. Okay, we figured that one out. One more question. Ask. What are the main threats to Krasno? The barbaric chaos that is Paragon, the wild gangs of the north, the drug trade, the slave trade, mutants, and the so-called Atom, just to name a few. But we're holding up well in spite of them. But let's be frank, those aren't the biggest problems. The fact that the whole place is massively corrupt surely is, and you can pass... sorry, lost my train of thought. You can pass this info directly into the Internal Affairs Department, Comrade Fidel. I'm sure they will know just what to do. I question the validity of that statement. One more question. What other rumors circulating in the city most concern you? Right now I'm troubled by the Black Lotus problem. This drug evolved from an urban legend to a real-life crisis in a very short time. And now we know it will destroy a full-grown adult after just 2 or 3 uses. It's in our best interest to halt the spread of this deadly poison. Sounds unpleasant. One more question. My curiosity has been satisfied. Let's change the subject. Sure. The last time I was asked to take a test. Gennady Nikolaev smiles and nods. Yes. The times when people gain status in exchange for promises and letters of recommendation are long gone. Today, the only thing that matters are one's actions. And we, the state's loyal servants, have plenty to do. Take, for example, that disgusting circus that pitched its tents in our... Take, for example, that disgusting circus that pitched its tents on our lands. Drug dealers, kidnappers, thieves, drunks, degenerates. As Nikolaev describes these tent dwellers, his nostrils flare, and a sharp crease cuts down the middle of his forehead. Of course, they're not the biggest, or even the second biggest threat around here, but every great purge must start somewhere. Would you kindly dispose of that troop and their tasteless fans? To be clear, I mean physically destroy them so they can't simply shift their filthy operation a couple of kilometers down the road. The remuneration for this job is 3,000 rubles in cash. My trust and respect will be an added bonus. Wow, take out a whole circus. Are they really that much of a threat? Your words have no effect on the Secretary General, except that his fists clench at his sides. You'd be surprised. There's no other way to deal with them, so we execute the kidnappers this week, and the drug dealers next week. What will we gain? I'm asking you to alleviate our suffering by exterminating these 3 ring parasites with one swift and decisive blow. What could be more logical? Do I look like an enemy of all things humorous and fun? Why don't you send the guards if they're breaking the law? I trust you enough to let you know the real reason, and confidence, of course. First, despite the mass cult bureau's best of efforts, ordinary citizens still crave the idiotic distractions of a circus, and therefore would be most displeased to hear their government had destroyed their favorite form of entertainment. Second, the genocide of circus performers organized by unknown fighters near Krasno could become a curious military incident that later could be used as justification for future expansion. Can we go about this without committing genocide? I'm certain I can convince them to leave peacefully. The Secretary General frowns. In a worst-case scenario, I suppose I would call that a satisfactory outcome, but I strongly prefer total annihilation. It's much cleaner and, better in many ways. So. Fine, whatever. I agree. The General Secretary nods, makes a steeple with his fingers. Good. I suggest you start the purge in the cockpit of the crashed plane. That's where you find Madame Vuva. She runs the circus. Vuva must be among the first victims, else she will attempt to coordinate her people's escape, or worse, assemble a cohesive defense and engage us in a stand-up fight. She is a gifted leader. According to my agent's intel. I'll keep it in mind. Let's talk about something else. Sure. Alright, cool. So we finally have a reason to go to the circus, which, by the way, is that plane that we see in the Wasteland. What if he gets mad if I steal from his desk? Can't steal from his desk, so it doesn't matter. Alright, yeah. So we're finally done with speaking to all the NPCs in Krasno. We can finally leave. We have plenty of quests to do up towards Paragon. Stuff to do in Fokolovka now. Stuff to do in the circus. We already had stuff to do in the circus. This guy here, Xander P-603, gave us a quest for the circus. But first things first, we have some stuff to get rid of at the market. Then we'll head... I don't know what I want to do next. I guess we'll go up to Paragon and take care of all those side quests. Because we have the Death Gang to take care of. We have the Red Masked Bandits. Plus, going to Paragon, we have to speak to the guy about the coal shipments. So maybe that'll be our next direction. Is going to go back to Paragon, speak to Mambatov. Plus, we spoke to Patrick for the artist there. He's also in the hull of the ship, so that works out. First things first, let's go sell some stuff to this guy. So we spent a lot of money here, and I would like some of it back. I really don't think... Well, I can't use that anyway, because it's for women only. Who did I give the coffee to? There it is. Also, I do have some waste paper to go turn into the journalist. And I don't think I have any other quests to turn into Krasno. I have to check my quest log. It's been a while since I've looked at it anyway. I've been trying to just do everything off memory. Really, I should do that junkyard quest as a matter of convenience. Alright, let me take a look at this real fast. Let's see. We do have this for the mushroom cult. But when I come back and turn in that other quest to them, I can turn that in. Okay. Doesn't look like I've forgotten about any of the quests yet, besides the Mushroom Coal Amulet, but we'll talk to them once we get the water filters. Because even once you talk to them, I think they ask that you do all these quests for them. The Mushroom Cult is the main quest of the game. Which might be a little spoilery, but there you go. Actually, you know what? I have second-guessed myself once again. We will speak to the Mushroom Cult since we're here. We might get some experience for it, and that would be the bee's knees. Assuming 5,000. So I think we'll do that starting in the next episode. So I go park my character outside the Mushroom Cult headquarters, and then we'll call it there. And then in the next one, I'll speak to them. Then we'll head to Paragon. In the next one, see if we can take care of the coal shipment quest, and hopefully any random encounters along the way. Alright, I'm going to call the episode here. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.